What are you up to, Addie?
I am stuffing envelopes, kind of.
For what?
Sort of, for the Jack Me.
What's that?
That is a 1/4-inch jack. Well, actually a dual 1/4-inch jack kit that we have, where you can hook, do stereo audio through these jacks into a breadboard synth that you might have, such as one that will be provided.
Okay.
Yes, and you can do speaker terminal.
Guitar pedal prototyping.
Yep.
Anything like that.
Yep.
And this is a business you're trying to start?
Yes. Big moolah.
And you found the resources of the hackerspace helpful?
Yes.
Oh.
Like the table space. And the morale, the moral support. So.
What?
The moral support.
The what?
Hey.
The morale.
Morale support.
Mushrooms that are coming to be on the pizza that's arriving here shortly.
Tasty. Yep. And I'm getting him to look up some information on the LM3914 LED bar driver, because I'm trying to figure out whether or not certain pins have to be connected to others. And some of the members in the IRC helped, but I want to see what he says. Kind of like a second opinion, third, fourth opinion.
Peter does know a thing or two.
And just a thing or two.
Some days.
Some days.
Oh.
All right, Tim, so what are you working on over here?
Well, the first thing was to get an IR sensor. So we got a simple circuit with an IR sensor to prove that this remote works. So whoopee, the remote works.
Blinking lights.
We also tested it by using it on a camera. I don't know if you can see that on here, but if you have another way to test it is put a camera in there and then you can tell. That.
Yeah, I've got a camera in my hand. Just
yeah.
point at, and you can see the blinking. We can't see that with our eyes. But you can see that IR sensor picks it up, and this light we can see with our eyes.
So, but the real problem was this guy isn't working. So
and
this
what's that
guy,
from?
This is from a deal that converts HD TV to regular old-fashioned analog TV, I guess, and so yeah, even after a little cleaning up and stuff. It doesn't seem to. The batteries are good. The batteries are in the right way. But the remote. It's working again.
All right. So me cleaning off that one terminal did in fact work.
Yes. Way to
like
go.
so many things in life, it just needed a little whisker
A little
magic.
cleaning. All right, you the man. Okay, this is one thing I wanted to show you too. This is my first prize besides a t-shirt that I've won from doing an Instructable on Instructables.com. This is something I think they sell on ThinkGeek. It's a USB rechargeable speaker, and it comes with the USB charger cord, of course, and it comes with a speaker cable so you can plug it into your phone or MP3 player, whatever. And rock out.
Alright, we can't play more than a couple seconds of music, but hey,
Okay.
it works!
Thank you, Instructables. First problem fixed, which is to create an IR sensor circuit. Proved that it worked. Got this back in working condition. And now the next step is to change the circuit to turn it into the awesome bobblehead bobbler. And you say, what is the bobblehead bobbler? Well, this is a typical...
I know, the entire internet just said, Tim, what is the bobblehead bobbler?
So what I was thinking is bobbleheads are kind of boring when they're just up on a shelf. Like here's a boring bobblehead, it's on your shelf. You want it to actually do something. So the goal is take an offset motor, which would be more awesome if we had it wired up. But see how it's got this weight on here that's going to counterbalance it a little bit and make it shake. So it'll be just like my car when it goes down the road when it's running.
Might want to have that looked at.
And the goal will be to make a little base for this guy and have the IR sensor activate this motor and therefore activate the bobblehead, and that's the bobblehead bobbler. And then if we go for stage 2, we could also make the bobblehead bobbler talk, because this particular bobblehead bobbler has a speaker on it.
On that one.
He got here post sperm. So that's
So what are you guys? What in the world are you guys doing?
We are painting and like totally practicing. This is like our practice thing.
So you guys like built a robot that does this?
No, we are the robots.
What kind of hacking is this?
Awesome. It is paint hacking,
Paint hacking.
rice paper hacking.
What's it
so-
called when you take ink and you dilute it so that it goes up a piece of paper and it separates into the different colors?
Oh, chromatography?
Does anybody remember? Everybody knows what I'm talking about though.
Yes, you take a pen and then you let. You know when you draw a pen line and then you let like alcohol go through the paper, through it, so it separates the colors out? What is that called? That process? Like chroma something, right? It's chroma something.
Thank you, Addie, for that wisdom from the science world. So you guys are doing science. You're
Yes.
you're doing chroma something.
Yes. Chroma awesome. And so we have a number of items here. We have awesome
I like that blue.
gluten. Yeah, we got gluten.
So
We've
this is
got-
not a gluten-free painting.
No. I guess not.
Note the wheat,
Note the wheat.
which was an accident. It's accident.
But it was a very nice accident. We got a couple of peaches
Chromatography.
here. Gray peaches with blue, you know, cause like mutations and whatnot. And then we've got some fast swimming little tadpoles there. And here we have a tree. We've got another tree. Got a rock. And this, we'll leave it up to you guys. Is it a sunrise with like the sun shining out? Or
something much more sinister.
is it
Murder scene.
the red looked very
I like the dude's little hand there. He's
What
like,
hand?
at least
Oh, that
that
was a
last, that
It's
last
an
reach.
arterial it's an arterial bleed.
The box that happened to have a USB key in it, right?
This little cardboard box.
It's a cardboard box and it had foam. It happened to have foam in it, right? So I thought, okay, the cardboard box was too tight, so we cut down the cardboard box bottom so that it'll move inside here. And then the goal is we're gonna hook springs from the bottom to the top so that this thing kind of levitates on top of it, and then we're gonna attach the motor on the top so that it'll get jiggy with it. It's kind of the rough idea so far.
And you got the motor tested and it is working.
Yeah, did you see that before? Let's see. And it's a 12-volt motor, but it seems to work fine on 5.5 volts, which is what we have here.
It's enough to get it started moving.
Get ready, it's gonna fire. Came unplugged.
That was an excellent example of what it's doing.
So basically, you can kind of. Okay, so you could.
It's like one of those toys, right? What do they call those? Jumbo?
You don't have to worry about it having to be the 10th, the 20th, the 30th pixel.
Yeah. And at 5 volts, it's even going to rotate a little bit slower, so that should work out because that'll give you a better harmonic up to the head.
So I was thinking, do you think there's any advantage to mounting it this way versus this way? I mean, you should be trying to get it to go this way, or should we try to it's no matter, right?
I think the problem's more going to be the weight of this is going to compress your springs.
Well, this is the first time I've had this out, and this is like a really heavy bobblehead. We can use a different bobblehead and it'll work better.
Put the motor in his head.
Put the motor in his head.
That was the first thing I thought you were going to do, is put the motor in his head.
No, the idea on this is that
He
you
wouldn't
have a
look like he was
generic-
bobbling, though. He'd look like he was spazzing,
He was like-
spazzing out.
He like
More like real life.
the Exorcist movie or something, right? But no, I mean the idea is just to have a
Exorcist
generic, a generic box that would work for essentially any bobblehead is the goal, you know. Dang it.
Alright, you got that taped in there?
Yeah.
You know
for
that's
now,
gonna rip the tape right out.
Well, it's just a prototype. I mean, maybe I can zip tie it or something if it does. But basically, that's the prototype, and then the springs will set on top of there. We'll see what happens. Put it on plus and minus 5, not 3.
I'm at 3.
That's the 3 side. If it's got enough to start it, then 3 would be nice, but...
It's like an old car.
Why don't you want it on the more power one, man?
See, it's totally like an
That
old
is
car.
kind of cool.
It's gonna stop it. Oh, it totally didn't.
It totally doesn't bobble.
Maybe he came loose.
It's not... It looks like he had way too much coffee. He's like, whoa!
No, he's one of those exercise machines from the 50s.
I'll have to bring you a motor that's guaranteed to bobble the bobblehead.
Well, I use a lighter bobblehead.
What have we got here?
A Rubik's Cube solver program. I have this on my website.
Yeah, we talked about this on the blog a couple of times here.
Yep.
Just finally got around to actually finishing it.
Yep. Please note his awesome shirt. It is the best.
Yeah, I finished this program a couple of weeks ago. Forgot to actually bring a Rubik's Cube last time I was here a couple of weeks ago.
So should I mix it up and then see if this program can solve it?
Oh, we already got that solved.
Oh!
It's already on here.
I filmed a time lapse of him solving it. We did it in only one take.
I went to go
It
pick
was
up
magical.
Mountain Dew. I went to pick up Mountain Dew.
There was no errors whatsoever, and we didn't have to cut or anything.
Yeah, because my eyes weren't totally burning from being tired either.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But,
Awesome.
So, I originally wrote the program in PHP. I had to completely retranslate to PHP because the server that I'm using for my website runs PHP 5.3, not 5.4. So they handle arrays differently. But other than that, it first asks for input on the colors. It can be any variable you want on the actual source code programs, which is available on GitHub on my website. It's basically asks for different colors. You can set whichever sticker you want to whatever color you want, as long as they're all consistent. And it figures out first if there are 6 of each color, and then if there's if there's 6
9.
colors, 9 of each color,
Yep.
and all the centers are different. Then it figures out if all of the corners and edges are present. Then it figures out if the corners are correctly oriented, making sure no one flipped any corners.
No one like me took it out and popped it back in a
Yes.
different.
And then I figured out if the edges were correctly oriented, and then I figured out if there was any permutation errors, and then it actually solves it. It solves the corners first. Wait, it solves the edges first using the M2 blindfold method. Then it solves for parity if there is any parity errors. Then it solves the edges using the old Pachman method, which is also used for blindfold solving.
What was the hardest part? Or was it actually pretty
I had
self-explanatory?
I had to translate, because the way most people solve it with blindfolded is they'll assign each sticker side, like this will be A, this B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I had to make sure that with me I had to say, okay, this is this block of this array, and out of this block, is it the first, second, or third one for the for the corners? And if it's the first one, it's A. If it's the second one, it's G. And solve it that way. So I had to take what it is in the position at the current time, figure out how it's positioned, figure out where it needs to go, figure out where that spot is on the array, and that gives me the next letter, which the letter is just appending a set of moves onto a long string, and at the end, so I don't have like R then R prime. I have it figure out if there's any redundancies in the program and just fix the redundancies, so it doesn't say R, it would actually say R2, or if it's R2, R, it would be R prime. And so it figures out if it's actually the most efficient it can get.
Gotcha.
And I want to make a robot out of this, but I'm not good with robotics.
So we're gonna have to work on servos for this thing.
Yes.
Now, I have a question. Do you think you could make that cube look like the one on your shirt?
Yes, but, well, I can, with the colors I have, yeah, I can't guarantee the back and stuff will look the same because I don't know what's on the back, but I don't even know if there's anything on the back of the shirt.
We might have to try, just because I think that'd be super funny.
Well, I can't get it the same colors, I guess, because I peeled the yellow stickers off, because
Well, that's okay.
bad lighting
It'll just-
gets yellows and
yeah.
whites mixed up for me.
We'll assume it, yeah. We'll assume it's yellow. Also, folks, if you don't already know, he's got this wicked awesome pie tattoo.
Oh.
Pie, like literally 3.14 awesome. Did you know that?
What?
It's very cool. He's got pie tattooed on his wrist.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's an actual tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sticker. Yeah, so the
My
next
sister do a lot of henna.
You should get the other side done too. So
With
then
E?
you could be cool, because then you'd be Tau.
I do, well, I wanted 5 for a while, but
That's 5 is a cooler number. But yeah, the Tau thing, you just get it
have
on
it
both
from the top
sides.
and
Oh my
just start like.
But you wanted to go pie all the way up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
Should I mention my website? Like
Yes,
all so
absolutely.
people can actually find
Yes,
it.
absolutely. And what other stuff you have on there too?
So my website is pjschim.com. I have kind of a blog. I just set up a MySQL PHP blog thing that other people can log into if they're interested, if I let them have access. So if there's more opinions than just mine, and I call my blog Linux and Tea because I like Linux and tea. But otherwise, it has my projects. I only have my calendar calculator program and my Rubik's Cube programs on there, and both of them you can play with on the projects page, and they're all under a Creative Commons open source license, and they're all on GitHub, and you can find it on there.